Calvary with 2 games, 2 different locations. Ball's taken high. 3-0 count to Hilton Walker. To Walker Hilton, as that one's way high for ball 4. Just like that, Pacelli's got the leadoff man on. Walks on 4 pitches. That's going to bring up Joe Dawson playing third base for Pacelli. Hilton, decent lead at first. Barbary looks over there. Dawson shows bunt. Pitches in there for a strike. See if they want to keep the bunt on, maybe to put some runner in motion, just see what Pacelli, how they want to take advantage of a leadoff walk. Dawson shows bunt. Runner not going, take it for a strike again. As Dawson quickly falls behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. As you have to believe the bunt would be off the table now with the 0-2 count. He's going to show bunt again. Ward crashing in at third. That ball's taken outside. Pacelli, knowing runs may be at a premium, really wanting to play some small ball. 1 ball, 2 strike count. They got the runner picked off. The throw gets away. Hilton goes to second. Now he's going to make his round. He's coming to third with no throw. Now Pacelli really got something cooking as they got a man on third with nobody out here in the first inning. As that ball may have got stuck in the fence or left the field of play. View is obstructed by the dugout and concession stand and clubhouse and all that good stuff. They're going to put him back on second. As they're going to say the ball must have got stuck in the fence. So we saw the throw came back over a little late. So Hilton at second base now. 1-2 count on Dawson. Ben Green on deck. Griffin Barbary steps off. Case Charles, the second baseman, holding the runner on. Hilton with a decent lead. The pitch is inside to Dawson, pops out of Cordero's glove. Two balls, 2 strikes on the 2-hole hitter. Joe Dawson playing third base, wearing number 21. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball. See where that's going to land over by us. Just rolls over here innocently on the ground and rolling down the hill, and there the kids go chasing after it. Dawson hanging in there, worked the count back to 2-2s. Was an 0-2 count on first very quickly. Hilton, your runner at second. Dawson asks for time and gets it. Hilton getting a good lead out there at third base, or at second base rather. We mentioned Case Charles trying to hold him. Hilton with a good lead. Here's the pitch to Dawson. It bounced up there and it gets away from Cordero. Rolls around to the other side. Now Hilton's at third with a full count on Dawson. Leadoff man Walker Hilton walked on 4 pitch. 4 pitches. Advanced to second on a throwing error, on a pick off, and now goes to third on a pass ball, or a wild pitch rather. 3-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Here comes Ben Griffin. We get a lefty on lefty matchup, or Ben Green rather. Sorry about that. 2-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Here comes Ben Griffin. We get a lefty on lefty matchup, or Ben Green rather. Sorry about that. 2-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Ben Green comes up. Third baseman Carson Ward playing in on the grass for Calvary as Barbary elects to go from the windup. Called strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That ball misses away. Evens the count up 1 ball, 1 strike. Rick Beach with you, Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Barbary seems to find himself now after that leadoff walk. Ball bounced up there. Good play by Cordero to keep the runner at third base. Will not take much to score the runner as Hilton is getting a healthy lead at third. Coming down the line, pitcher going from the windup, he can get a big jump. Definitely going to be going on contact. Any ground ball he's going to try to score on. Obviously freeze on line drive, get back on the fly ball, try to score on a sac fly. But anything on the ground, Walker Hilton rather, is going to try to score. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ben Green. Fouls it off the screen. Stays 1-2. Ben Green getting the start at first base today. Griffin Barbary really would like to get a strikeout right here and face Omar Kimbrough with 2 outs. And there's a swing. The ball gets away. He's going to have a play at the plate. It's going to be in there safe. They're going to say there's a strike 3 swinging. Okay, so the umpire said that was a strike 3, but Ben Green advances on the wild pitch. Now there's still 1 out. Barbary does get credit for a strikeout. And Omar Kimbrough coming up. Kimbrough doing the DHing for Pacelli. 1 out, runner on first. 1 run already in. First pitch bounced out there. Good play by Cordero to keep the ball in front of him. Pacelli already scored 1 run, got another on without a value of a hit. Here's the 1-0 pitch as he looks in. Long time, misses away. 2 balls, no strikes. Pickoff attempt, had the runner lean, and he gets in there safely. And now the home plate umpire is going to call a balk on Barbary. And the runner is going to advance down the third. You got to have that foot at a 45. Looks like he stepped more towards the plate than he did first base. Home plate umpire calls the balk. Now we have the runner on second. Omar Kimbrough takes ball 3 high. Pacelli with 1 down, top of the first inning. Ball 4 to Kimbrough, and he reaches. We mentioned this is a big inning for Pacelli, and without the virtue of a hit. Thomas Sims, the catcher for Pacelli, coming up. Already have our first meeting on the mound. Just trying to calm him down a little bit. You have first and second. 1 out.
Now batting for Pacelli, number 7, Thomas Sims.
Catcher Thomas Sims up. Barbary taking a couple deep breaths before he toes the rubber. Now he's on. Kimbrough takes his lead at first. Ben Green at second. Case Charles attempts try to hold him close. Now he backs out into his position as Griffin Barbary looks down there, comes to the plate. Ball misses low. It gets away. Green hesitates and gets the third. Kimbrough advances to second. Calvary looking to wake up here in the first inning. As we mentioned, they have another game at LaGrange at 3:30. That one misses away. 2 balls, no strikes. There's Barbary going from the windup with a runner on third. Ben Green. The ball misses high. 3 balls, no strikes. Ball misses up. Another walk. Blows the bases for Quentin Barber. Barber playing center field. He's listed on center field. Courtesy runner coming in for Pacelli. Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the first, 1 run already in. Pacelli looking to add a few more. Calvary trying to end this thing with a ground ball. That's a strike in there for Barber. Barbary versus Barber. Ball's taken high. Barbary has the stuff. He does have 2 strikeouts, although 1 got away from the catcher. So there's only 1 out. Pacelli with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Barber finds himself in a 1-2 hole. Barber gets the ball. He's ready to work a lot faster. There's a fly ball out behind the Bermuda Triangle potentially as second baseman looks on. Right fielder Cam Houston makes the catch. Ball not deep enough to advance any runners. So the bases remain loaded. Now you have 2 outs. Good play by the right fielders. That ball looked like it was going to be trouble and could have bounced in that dreaded Bermuda Triangle with right fielder, second baseman, and first baseman all converged and can't get it. But hung up long enough as Braden Hagler coming up to bat now, playing left field. Ask for time. Griffin Barbary pitching for Calvary, trying to pull a little bit of Houdini magic here and get out of this inning, only allowing the 1 run. Big swing and a miss. First pitch strike. You imagine the confidence this is going to give Griffin if he can get out of this inning, only allowing the 1 run. So here's the 0-1 pitch that misses away. Hagler to the 7th batter in the inning. Morrison at first base playing behind the runner with 2 outs. That ball gets away quick, bounce back. Runners get confused. They might have the runner at first, doubled up. As now the runner's going to score, throw to third. Safe in there with Kimbrough. All runners advance. As that was confusion on the base paths, led to confusion on the defense. The throw come to Morrison as he fired it into third. When they threw it to first base, Morrison kind of hesitated going back towards first. That allowed the runner Green at third to come on in. Then Kimbrough trying to advance, got the third, called safe. Umpire's going to talk it out a little bit here and make sure that you saw what I saw kind of conversation. Don't see that they would change anything. The base umpire being in the quote-unquote action zone. Call stands. Kimbrough safe at third. Sims advanced to second on the play. Ben Green scored. So Pacelli now with 2 across, and really a base hit here by Hagler would be the first of the inning for Pacelli and would really stretch this lead out. So you already have a crooked number up without the virtue of a hit. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball misses. Mention Barbary now still has the 2 strikeouts this inning, but only 1 out with the ball getting away from the catcher on the strikeout to Ben Green. Green came around to score. That ball's called strike 3. So Barbary strikes out 3 in the inning. However, Pacelli pushes across 2 runs, getting 3 walks. Had some base running pressure put on the defense, had a pickoff get away. Then another one with a runner had a little confusion between first and second. Manager Construction, appreciate what they do. Ed Pacelli, the Beck Center, I'd like to give a shout out to them. All their support, Georgia Alabama Sports Live, all this possible, making everything possible. Couldn't do it without the support of the city. You know, Columbus, Phoenix City, up in the Harris County got our reach. You know, Georgia Alabama Sports Live has grown a whole lot. Thrift Barringer doing a great job with it. And just it takes a team, but you got to have a fearless leader out front. And that's our Thrift Barringer out there pulling the wagon, circling the troops. Today got Chris Gates with me. I'm fortunate enough to have Chris with me a lot. Torgar Isla last night. We got the team. We got Richard Holdridge doing some games. He's out of town, Thrift out of town. But, hey, as a team, we pull together, get jobs done. We're up here with this Pacelli and Calvary game. Pacelli going with Brody Sims pitching. He's warming up quickly and looks like maybe Steve Smith talks to the umpire as he walks by. Players warming up. Ball's coming in, throw coming down on 2s.
Leading off for the night, number 22, Cam Houston.
Cam Houston leading us off. Nice play in right field in the top of the first inning. With the bases loaded, called the ball coming in, held the runner at third. Houston, a big kid coming in, batting lead off. Pitcher Sims talking to the umpire a little more. Here's the first pitch by Sims to Houston. It's a big swing and a miss. Thomas Sims getting the start, misses high. One ball, one strike. Bottom of the first inning here in Calvary. Big swing. Ball is tipped right into the catcher's mitt. One ball, two strikes on Cam Houston, the leadoff hitter for Calvary. Calvary would love to scratch out at least one this inning and answer back for the two scored in the top of the first. Ball misses outside. Evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball misses up there, full count now. Calvary looking to get their leadoff man on. Stretch it and have a little rally. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That ball hits the bat, sounds like. Hits off the screen. With the inside pitch coming in. Count remains full. Little squibber out to second base, where Mala makes the catch. And Houston is retired.
Number 2, Jackson Kennedy.
One out here in the bottom of the first is Jackson Kennedy coming up. Ground ball to short. Velos makes the throw across the diamond, and quickly Jackson Kennedy is retired.
28, Bailey Thorne.
Bailey Thorne coming up, the shortstop. Two up, two down so far for Calvary. The ball bounces up their way. Brody Sims trying to have a shutdown inning after getting two in the top of the first. Nice crowd for a Saturday morning up here at Calvary. There's the 1-0 pitch. It's fouled off the press box over there, third base line. Evens the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Throws a 55-footer and bounces it up there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bailey Thorne, power hitting shortstop for Calvary. Sims pitches out the stretch even with nobody on base. The ball misses, falls behind 3 balls, 1 strike. You gotta think Thorne's looking for a pitch in one spot. If it's there, he's gonna crush it. If not, he'll take it, even if it means taking a strike 2. But he's looking for his pitch right here. Sims got to be careful. He misses high for ball 4. Calvary has their first base runner of the day.
For Calvary, number 5, Tommy Irving.
Center fielder Tommy Irving coming up. Thorne gets his lead. Got his over the middle on his right hand. Slide step by Brody Sims. That ball's caught on the outside corner for a strike. Tommy Irving, the cleanup hitter for Calvary. Calvary looking to have a little two-out rally here. So that ball's fouled off. And quickly, it's an 0-2 count on Tommy Irving. Ball misses away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Brody Sims comes set. Slide step. Runner fakes going. There's a foul ball. Dubbed over towards the first base dugout. Thorne faked like he was going. They came back. The first. But Brody Sims with a nice little slide step on his delivery. Really make it hard, you think, to get a read and try to steal with a slide step like that. Then you see more and more pitchers nowadays go from the stretch all the time. So it's no different with the runners on base for Brody Sims. He pitches the same, runners on base, runners not on. Don't mess his rhythm up. So now he's trying to hold Thorne. There's a foul ball, another one by Tommy Irvin. That one fouled off behind third base to the freshly cut down trees on the hill. Rick Beach with you, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Brought to you by Glenn Smith, Chevrolet GMC. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Runner is going. That's flied up. Velo's the shortstop, calls everybody off, and that makes the catch. And just like that, Calvary gets a runner, but no more, as Blake Thorne's stranded at first base. And after an inning, Pacelli jumped out to a 2-0 lead and holds on with a shutdown inning. So important to have. When you get 2 runs like that to start it off, you don't want to give one back and let Calvary feel like they're scratching back in it. So it's huge and just as big for Calvary now to hold them at 2. Can't have another run, as we mentioned. No hits for Pacelli in the first inning, but they did score 2 runs. Walks, errors, pass balls, all that stuff you can't afford to have happen, they had happen. Again, thank our sponsors, Behringer Construction. All your home improvement needs, you can call up Behringer Construction. They'll help you out. State Farm. All they do over, like I said, State Farms all over the country. You can call them up in Phoenix City, Columbus. Terry Johnson. Make a phone call. Like we said, all this possible with our sponsors. As you see them scroll across the bottom of the screen. If you can't recognize the phone number on there, ain't no problem. Just shoot a message to Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We can hook you up with any of our sponsors. More than happy to hook you up. Any of the sponsors around. Up here calling it. Got a couple of Harris County guys done rolled by here watching the Calvary game. Some of them went to Harris County before. Done transferred out. Bunt attempt right here, leadoff hitter Brody Sims doing the pitching. Now he's batting leadoff here in the second inning. He takes a ball. 2-0. Foul that one straight back off the net. 2 balls, 1 strike. Third baseman Carson Ward backs up even with a base at third. That's a ground ball. Chopper to Barbary. Throws it over to Morrison, makes the out. And the leadoff batter is retired. And that's going to bring up Jacob Velos, the shortstop. Velos batting ninth, playing short. Saw a nice throw by him in the bottom of the first inning. Ball's taken for a ball. Pitch taken for a ball. 1-0 count. 2-0. Barbary trying to find some kind of rhythm. That ball misses in. Quickly behind 3 balls, no strikes. To Velos, leadoff hitter Walker Hilton on deck. That ball misses high. Pacelli with another base runner here in the top of the second. Hilton walked in the first and he came around to score. And Barbary going from the stretch. Left-handed pitcher. Velos getting set over at first. As the ball misses high. Velos with the lead, not going. Barbary's missing high on a lot of these pitches. This looks as if this could be something small mechanically. He could change the throw to first. That ball gets there late. Velos slides in. Morrison holding the ball on him. Peyton Morrison, the first baseman. Barbary set. Comes to the plate. That ball's taken for a strike. First strike, Walker Hilton seen today. Walked on 4 pitches in the first, and first 2 pitches this at bat were out of the zone. Now it's taken for a strike again. Griffin Barbary maybe finding some efficiently wild situation. See, bounces that one up. Allows the runner to get down to second base. Cordero did a good job blocking it up. Just couldn't keep the runner at first. That ball called for strike 3. Clipped the inside corner on its way by. And another strikeout for Barbary as he's got 4 on the day.
Number 21, Joe Dawson.
Here's Joe Dawson, who struck out looking last inning, his first time up. Velos at second, 2 outs now. That ball's fouled back. Dawson had a long at bat his first time up. It was quickly 0-2, and he battled back, had a full count, and fouled some pitches off, then ended up with a strikeout. The ball misses away. Now, Cordero and Barbary want to have a little talk. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still early here at Calvary. Top of the 2nd inning. That ball clips the inside corner on its way by a little crossfire action coming from a lefty as the ball's biting in, but it's clipping that inside corner. Dawson asks for time and receives it. Velo's running for third, fouled straight back. That net's got a little bit of give, a little slack in it. If I'm sitting a little close to that net, I'd be a little more scared. That foul ball ate into it. Velos gets his lead. Dawson again asks for time and again receives it. This Barbary taking a little longer than the batter wants. No clocks here in high school ball. There's a ground ball. Carson Ward's going to field it in foul territory. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ben Green on deck. Dawson with a 1-2 count. That ball's coming in. It's taken for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2s are wild now here in the 2nd inning with Pacelli with a 2-0 lead. Velos gets his lead. Charles works him a little, goes back to his position. That ball misses inside. And now we have a full count with 2 outs. Griffin got a ground out to start the inning. Had a walk, then a strikeout. Now he's facing Dawson. 3-2 count. Velo's running for third. That's a line drive to center field. And Barber's going back. He ain't going to get it. It's going to get to the wall. Dawson slips a little bit going to second. He's going to be in there safely. Velo scores on the hit. Nice line drive to right center field gap by Joe Dawson. Tommy Irvin was getting a beat on it, and Cam Houston, and the right fielder watching it just go by. That ball whizzed by both their heads out in the gap. And now it's Ben Green, and Pacelli's jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Great job of hitting. They want to bang one on the outside part of the plate, and Joe Dawson just goes with it and drives it out in the gap. There's a pickoff throw to second. Nice play by Bailey Thorne to snag it before it can get to center field. Ben Green struck out in the 1st inning, however, it got by the catcher, and he was allowed to get to first. There's a foul ball out of play on the left side. Barbary set. Bailey Thorne working the runner Dawson at second. That ball's taken right down the pipe. And Ben Green down in an 0-2 hole. Dawson getting a nice lead at second. Nice lead. That ball misses away. Not a bad idea up 0-2 in the count. Throw one a little bit off the plate, see if the batter's chase, or maybe the umpire give you the call. Not a bad idea. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. Under Morrison's glove. Here comes Dawson getting the green light. Houston's throw into the plate. It's late. And Ben Green advances the second on the throw. Dawson comes around on the ground ball just under the glove of a diving Peyton Morrison at first. Houston coming up firing home. Just a tick late as Joe Dawson with a nice secondary lead. Good jump on second. Having 2 outs definitely worked to Pacelli's benefit. And now 4-0 with DH Omar Kimbrough coming up the bat with 2 outs. Again, Pacelli with 3 of their 4 runs have come with 2 outs. Ball's fouled back. Nice hack by Omar Kimbrough. Walks at the bottom of the order, always a recipe for a disaster. And no different this inning as the 9-hole hitter for Pacelli works a walk. He comes around to score on a 2-out double. Then Ben Green with a RBI single advances second on the throw, and that's where we're at now with Omar Kimbrough up and catcher Thomas Sims on deck as he gets his practice hacks with the shin guards on. Kimbrough fouled the first pitch off. It looked like he was dialed in on it, just missed it, fouling it straight back. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It bounced up there and shoots down the first baseline. Ben Green with a big turn at first. He's coming home. Here's the throw. It's going to be low and under the glove of Barbary, and Ben Green's going to score. And right now, if you're Calvary, if it can go wrong, it has gone wrong. As the bases are cleared, however, it's 5-0 Pacelli. As that ball had as it bounced up there and must have hit the catcher's shin guard or something as it rolled most of the way down the first base line as Morrison and Cordero chased it down. Green just kept running the bases. It was a big turn and came on in to score. That ball's called for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kimbrough. Kimbrough, a big, strong, powerful looking kid. Cleanup hitter, DHing today for Pacelli. That ball's high right field, bending and out of play. Going to land towards the Calvary bullpen. Pacelli doing a great job of 2 outs. This inning they've been getting hits. Nothing give to them as far as driving them in as that swung on a miss for strike 3. It's 5 strikeouts for Barbary. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Pacelli 5, Calvary 0.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, you're ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling in to Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We're back here at the bottom of the second inning. Big swing and a miss by Noah Strickland, the left fielder. for Calvary Knights. They haven't played in a few, I think over a week. They haven't had a game. The ball's taken inside. Strickland, Ward, and Bearfield coming up for Calvary. They try to claw back in this game. Ball misses away. Evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brody Sims had a good first inning. Did have the 1 walk. Other than that, ball didn't leave the infield. As that one leaves the infield, it's roped out in the left center. This is going to get past the center fielder Barber and roll to the wall. He's had a little trouble getting it in. Now he slings it in. And Noah Strickland getting things started here in the second inning with a leadoff double. And that's big for Calvary, just to get a little bit of confidence going over in that dugout. Now you got Carson Ward coming up, the third baseman. Strickland with a ring and double to lead the inning off. Gets his lead off on second. It's a ball low and away, taken for a ball. Pacelli with 2 in the first and 3 in the second. Calvary looking to answer right here in the bottom half of the second inning. Spin, look at second. Not really a big lead. Sims just showing a move right here. Preventative measures. This comes to the plate on that one. Is taken for a strike. Evens the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful day in Columbus today as the wind blowing, slight breeze coming in. But sunshine is plentiful. We're sitting at 62 degrees. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Carson Ward. Strickland gets his lead at second. Gramala working him to the plate. That ball's called a ball on the outside. Just missed the outside corner. Two balls, 2 strikes. Brody Sims set, looks at second, and delivers to the plate. Swing and a miss. Catcher Thomas Sims makes a great block it up, tags the batter. And Carson Ward's retired. Here's Bearfield, the DH. Bearfield digging in the first pitch to him. It's taken low and away. Nice. Big leg kick right here by Sims. See if he goes a slide step or goes back to that. There's just a regular leg kick. That ball's fouled up the third base line. Not a lot of room between the line and the Calvary, where Pacelli dug out today here at Calvary. Same thing on first base. Not a lot of foul territory up the baselines. Really not much down the line. There is a little bit right past the dugout before you get to the left field line. Close confines for the most part up here at Calvary. One ball, 1 strike. Bearfield, the DH. Brody Sims to the plate. Foul straight back. That one was coming for me and Chris. If the net hadn't been there, Chris was going to catch it and save my face on that one. One ball, two strikes. One out here in the bottom of the second. Still early at Calvary. Yeah, umpire called that a swing, and that's strike three.
Now batting for Calvary, number 4, Case Charles.
Case Charles coming up to bat, the second baseman. Charles digging in, like we mentioned, second baseman. Two outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Big swing, fly ball to left field. Hagler going back, and makes the catch just short of the Warden track in left field. So, leadoff double by Noah Strickland, but that's where he stays as Pacelli shuts him down 1-2-3 after that. As we go to the third, Pacelli 5, Calvary 0.
Today's broadcast is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We're back here at Calvary as Calvary switched out right fielder and pitcher. As Cam Houston's come in to pitch. And Griffin Barbary looks like he's gone out to right field. Umpire making the changes as well. Pacelli 11-4 on the season. Calvary sitting at 13-1. First pitch by Houston's missed. Thomas Sims watches it bounce up there. Cam Houston from the windup. There's a strike called. Both these teams featured in the top 5 of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live top 5, top 10. Griff Banninger and Richard Holdridge coming up with those. Central clearly the number one as that ball just misses outside corner. Central having a great season across the river. Rick Beach Widget, Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Be ready to smile as that ball is taken for ball 4. And Thomas Sims is on. They have a courtesy runner. Pitchers and catchers get a courtesy runner in high school. Cam Houston played right field to start off, coming in to pitch. Quentin Barber, the center fielder, up. Throw over. Sims' courtesy runner didn't get the number of the guy. He inches away at first. Barber squares around, takes it for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Now he pokes at it a little bit. They're going to award him second base. Not sure what initiated that, if it was a blocking the base situation or what. I'd be lying if I told you I knew what was going on, as now time is called and Cordero wants to talk to Cam Houston with a runner on second, and change the signs up usually with a runner on second, so especially with a new pitcher for the inning, make sure they get on the same page. Everybody's loving this weather today. Folks from Pacelli enjoying it a little bit more right now. We're still early in the game. Bailey Thorne cuts in front of the runner. There's a bunt. Pushing at third base. Cam Houston bobbles it, throws it to third. It gets away. He stays, everybody stays at their base. As we mentioned, not a lot of foul territory. So the ball does get away. It's really not a long way. It's a great bunt by Quentin Barber. Gets the runner to third. And he's safe on the little bobble. And just like that, Pacelli's got 2 on with nobody out. First and third. Expect to see Quentin Barber running right here and see what kind of play Calvary wants to put on. Carson Ward, the third baseman, playing in. Bailey Morrison over at first, holding the runner on now. Snap throw to first, and he's in there safely. Big inning for both teams right here. Calvary has to find a way to try to snap throw over to first. Pacelli scratch out a couple more runs this inning, and it could get desperate times for Calvary, even only being in the third inning. There's one down the first base line. Houston's going to field it, flip it to first, and the out's recorded. However, the run does score. And it's 6-0, and the runner goes to second. So Hagler, a beautiful job right there, getting the ball down the first base line, pushing it right where you want it to be. And bang, bang play. And here's the pitcher, Brody Sims, who's pitching. Beautiful job pitching today. One out, here's the first pitch to him, misses away. Pacelli up 6-0 now. Carson Ward angling a little bit over at third. Expected a bunt possibly. Runner on second, not bunting, swinging. High fly ball, Bailey Thorne looking from the sun. It's over to Charles as he makes the catch.
Now batting for Pacelli, number 6, Jacob Velo.
And here's Jacob Velo, who walked his first time up. Then came around to score. Young kid, good-looking kid. Good-looking ball player right here. Ground ball to third. Carson Ward sits on it, gets it, throws it across the diamond to Morrison, and the side is retired. Pacelli does scratch out one run as we go to the bottom of the third. Pacelli 6, Calvary 0.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
And we're back. Bottom of the third, Peyton Morrison, the first baseman for Calvary, leading us off. Peyton Morrison in the top of the order coming up for Calvary. Big swing and a miss. Calvary did get a leadoff double last inning. Noah Strickland, but he was stranded at second. Quickly in the 0-2 hole is Morrison. Brody Sims still on the mound, pitching good this game. Swing and a miss out there in front of Sims, the catcher. He slings it down to first. Ben Green, and they get the out.
Batting for Calvary, number 22, Cam Houston.
We're at the leadoff hitter, Cam Houston, who's now doing the pitching for Calvary. Third strikeout for Sims. As I mentioned, Brody Sims looking good today for Pacelli. Sims comes set. Houston digs in. That ball misses low. Two-0 count. Calvary wearing their black tops and white pants. Pacelli, navy tops and gray pants. Two balls, one strike. Count on Houston. Swing and a miss. Evens the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Calvary just looking for anything to get some momentum, anything to get some confidence fired back into that dugout. Flips it out there. Velo's making a read on it, and Velo's got it, backpedaling towards center field. That's the second out of the inning.
Now ready for Calvary, number 2, Jackson Kennedy.
Jackson Kennedy, catcher, coming up. Must be a new trend with the catchers and the towel in the back pocket. Kennedy has it. We've seen that ball's fired in there for a fastball taken for a strike. Brody Sims not playing around, just trying to deal strikes. We've seen a lot of catchers here lately with the towel in the back pocket, even though it's not a rainy day. Another fastball taken for a strike. Quickly jumps out to an 0-2 count. Brody Sims comes set. The 0-2 as the catcher slides outside a little bit more, see if he can get the call. That ball misses outside. Not a bad idea. I mean, you got the outside corner twice. On the third time, slide out, see how far you can go. Brody Sims comes set. Sims, the catcher, set on the outside part of the plate. Big pitch. Swung on a miss. Brody Sims strikes out 2 again this inning. There's 3 up, 3 down for Calvary. They're in a 6-0 hole. They're trying to get some kind of momentum going. We mentioned Pacelli, or Calvary rather, has another game this afternoon at 3:30. They will travel up to LaGrange to play the Grangers. LaGrange coming off a game with Central the other day. Great matchup. LaGrange has a great team again this year. They've been in the state finals, I believe, the last 2 seasons. So great baseball program. Chris Gates with his play-by-play debut at 3:30. I know he's excited about that as he's going up there, and I'm excited to check him out. He does a great job producing these games. Now he's going to get on the microphone and play both parts, set it up, then do the play-by-play. He's promised not to do AI, as I called it the other day, that he could easily program some AI and do the play-by-play no problem, but he's promised he's not going to do that. He's going to actually do it himself. Also, speaking of Chris, we've had a great interview last week with Brandon Jenkins at Harris County. We're going to release that tomorrow as an Easter special on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Brandon Jenkins' interview is a Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Kudzu Sports combo collab deal that we knocked out and learned a lot of good things with Coach Jenkins on his beginnings of a coach. Not just, the 3 state championships, obvious that he won over at Northside, but getting to learn who he is a little more. Cam Houston staying in the game here as they're throwing it down. Pacelli, 2 runs in the first inning without the virtue of a hit. Then in the third inning, got a big double by Dawson. Then Big Green got an RBI single, really busted the score and open. 2 in the first, 3 in the second. Then they got 1 last inning. Calvary looking for their first shutout inning.
Leading off for Pacelli, number 4, Walker Hilton.
As leadoff man, Walker Hilton leading it off this inning. Walton in the first came around to score. Strikeout victim in the second inning. First time Hilton's faced Houston today. That ball's taken for a pitch is taken for a ball. Here's the 1-0, 2-0. Calvary got to find a way not to let this leadoff man get on base. That's kind of been their booger. 2 of the first 3 innings, they've let the leadoff man on, both times come around to score. We saw last night in the Harris County Northgate game, Northgate doing the same thing. Ground ball, shoots by the dugout. Biggest glaring stat in baseball is that leadoff walks. How often they do come around to score. Pacelli's had 2 leadoff walks. Both of them have come around to score. Super important to prevent that from happening if you're Calvary this inning. That's a strike on the outside corner. Evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joe Dawson on deck. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. We mentioned big crowd here at Calvary, only growing with every inning, the crowd getting larger and larger. Ball's fouled off the right side, bending out of play. Count remains 3-2. Little sound effects by the play-by-play guy or the PA announcer here at Calvary made me think Stone Cold was about to walk out of the dugout with that music. Heard that glass break. 3-2 pitch misses away, and Walker Hilton is on with a leadoff walk. And here comes Joe Dawson, who struck out looking in the first inning, but in the second inning, roped the ball out in right field, driving in a couple runs. They got out to right center, got up against the wall, and everybody was able to come around and score. Dawson got down to second. So he did slip a little bit coming around first. He's going to bunt, going to push it down the first base line. Peyton Morrison's going to make the tag on Dawson. And they get the out. Hilton gets down to second base. That's a sacrifice for Dawson.
Now batting for Pacelli, number 9, Ben Green.
First out of the inning. Here's Ben Green, who struck out the first inning on a ball that got away. Then had him an RBI single. Then he came around to score from second on a wild pitch that got away from the catcher, or a pass ball hit the catcher's shin guard, rolled up the first base line. He came around to score on it. Hilton at second. Big curve, really didn't move any. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Rick Beach with you. We're brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Really appreciate Glenn Smith and all their help and support. That ball gets away. Jackson Kennedy plays it like an outfielder, however, Hilton going to get to third. We mentioned before last weekend, Richard Holdridge and Thrift Behringer was at Glenn Smith doing their Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. Thrift has a great show going, and Richard come on there with him. They had a couple good guests with Tom Callahan, not the breaks guy from Tommy Boy, but Tom Callahan, the play-by-play voice of the River Dragons, and then Lee Snow, the GM of the Lions, was on there. Great time out there. All the people at Glenn Smith are just great people, the salesmen. So here's the pitch to Green with the infield in. That ball's laced out to center field. Irvin's got a beat on it. Going back. Makes a catch back against the fence. Irvin with a great catch. Hilton scores. There's the ovation for Tommy Irvin making the catch out in center field. But for Pacelli, you just got your 7th run of the game. So it's a nice catch by Tommy Irvin backing up. That ball just kept carrying and kept carrying and kept carrying. And maybe in a couple weeks when it warms up a little bit, that ball might have got out of here. But for now, it's a sacrifice fly. As Pacelli doing the small ball. Ben Green picks up another RBI for him. 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs for Ben Green, the first baseman for Pacelli. And Omar Kimbrough coming in. So he takes that one. Two balls, no strikes on Kimbrough. That ball's taken for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Omar looking like he's got bad intentions with that baseball. Looks like he just wants to smash it. So he calls for time. Looks like he can hit that ball a long way. My couple hacks he's had this game, he's trying to. Holds off on that one. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now he can look for his pitch. And if he gets it, he can just see how far he can hit it. He got it. He pops it up. Charles, the second baseman, calling for it. Charles got it. And the side is retired. However, Pacelli, again, scratching out a run. They get a leadoff walk. Goes to second on a sac bunt. Goes to third on a pass ball. And scores on a deep sac fly by Ben Green. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, Pacelli 7, Calvary nothing.
Today's broadcast is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC and Opelika. Go to glennsmith.com for more information. Get ready to smile.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
You got it. So we're back here at the bottom of the 4th inning. Bailey Thorne, 3-4-6 coming up for Calvary. Big swing and a miss. Blake Thorne, rather, leading us off here in the 4th inning. (7-0) lead, getting late early for Calvary. They got to find a way to start getting some runs across. There's one way to try. Deep fly ball left field. Hagler got it just short of the wall.
Now batting for Calvary, number 5, Tommy Irving.
Tommy Irving with that great catch last inning in center field on the sac fly. So he went as deep as he could go with his back up against the wall, bouncing off the sponsorship boards. As Blake Thorne got up under that last one a little bit. Thought maybe it could carry a little more. Ball skips up there. Calvary needs base runners and anything else. You don't want to have that round number up there right now. Ball's taken. Love if you're Calvary to scratch out 2, 3 this inning and really take a chunk out of that lead a little bit. Tommy Irvin up 2-0 in the count. There's a strike by Brody Sims. Sims really been impressive today, just pumping strikes. He's only walked 1 batter this game. That was in the first inning. He's got 4 strikeouts through 3 1/3. There's another strike on the outside corner. Fastball taken by Tommy Irvin. Evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch by Sims. Ground ball out to short. Velo's going to make the play behind the third baseman, throws off the back foot, and he is safe at first. Great play to get to it and just make it a play over at first base. That's going to be an infield single for Irvin. Maybe that's what we mentioned before, always from the stretch. Now a little slide step. He throws a curveball in there for a strike. Slight breeze coming today. Another throw over to first as Irvin's in sliding. Beautiful sunny day in Columbus. So we're at Calvary. That ball's fouled back. It's quickly 0-2 count on Noah Strickland. He had a 2-strike count last time up when he hit the double. I believe it was 0-2 and he got it back to a 2-2 count before he hit the double. So some guys are good at hitting behind like this. It's a 0-2 count. There's a ground ball. It's going to chop into the Pacelli dugout over the fence. And they throw it back out to their compadre, Brody. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Brody Sims is set. Tommy Irvin gets his lead at first. Slide step to the plate, line drive left field. That ball's going to get down. It's going to be in the gap again. This time it's cut off by the center fielder Barber. He throws it to third, cut off by Velo. Tommy Irvin advances to third on the hit, and Noah Strickland is now 2 for 2, getting him a single. He's 2 for 2, and now Calvary with their first real legitimate threat with a runner on third, 1 out. Noah Strickland at first. See what kind of action Coach Smith wants to put in right here. A little first and third action. They can get some runner going at first, or how they want to play this. Let's see how Pacelli wants to defend it. You got to think with a 7-0 lead, Pacelli may just throw it down to try to get the out and allow the run to score. And hey, you're still up by 6 and you got 2 outs in the inning. But we'll see how they want to play this. Strickland with a nice lead, not going. Ball misses away. Carson Ward, the third baseman, up. This is the beautiful part of baseball, the managing aspect, what the manager wants to do. Irvin at third with a nice lead. Strickland at first as that ball is called for a strike. Clips the inside corner. Strickland lead at first. Not going. Called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th inning, 7-0 lead for Pacelli. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball's taken low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Noah Strickland at first, Tommy Irving at third, 1 down. Here in the 4th is Calvary trying to get back in the game. Third baseman even with the bag. Middle playing back, trying for a double play. Line drive left field. Is going to bend out of play, foul. Carson Ward just out ahead of that one. That would have been a big hit if he could have kept that one fair. So it had the distance on it. We mentioned Calvary would like to get one run, but you would like to really get a chunk out of that 7-run lead this inning. Big swing and a miss. Brody Sims gets the strikeout of Carson Ward.
Now batting for Calvary, number 9, Peyton Bearfield.
And here's Peyton Bearfield, the DH. 5th strikeout for Brody Sims. And that was a big one and a big time. Runner on third, less than 2 out. And you get the strikeout as Brody Sims fires a strike in there. Dude has been pumping strikes all game. Really impressed. He's set. Noah Strickland at first, not going. Pitches in the dirt. I get Calvary wanting to play a little bit, not running with 1 out and Carson Ward up. Not wanting to run your way out of a potentially big inning, but there's a foul ball. Now it's a 1-2. As the coach over there at Pacelli makes a nice one-handed off-balance catch of that foul ball coming off the bucket. Impressive play over there in the third base dugout. Everything going right for Pacelli when the coaches are making spectacular plays. Here's the 1-2 pitch taken. Nice play by the catcher, Thomas Sims. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sims comes set. He looks a little bit at first base, not much. Slide step to the plate, misses high. Now have a full count. Mentioned Brody really pumping the strike zone. Now you really like your chances of getting a fastball for it. He misses that one. Bounces up there.
Now batting for Calvary, number 4, Case Charles.
Here's Case Charles, the second baseman, coming up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Case Charles stepping up. Calvary looking for a little 2-out magic of their own, as we saw Pacelli do early in this game. Scored with 2 out. First pitch, called strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch by Sims. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Pacelli people starting to make a little noise right here. It's 0-2 count with bases loaded. Calvary loading them up here in the 4th, trying to scratch out a run, getting themselves back in this ball game. Here's the 0-2 by Sims. Did he go? Yes, he did. Sims gets in trouble. Just as fast as he got in it, he gets out of it with his 6th strikeout of the game. After 4, Pacelli 7, Calvary nothing.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
And we're back here at Calvary in the top of the 5th inning. Pacelli Ed is catcher Thomas Sims leading us off. Sims, 2 walks today. He fouls that one off, not looking for a walk. Kid saying, let me hit. Swinging at the first pitch, fouls back. Cam Houston still doing the pitching for Calvary. He came in the 3rd inning on relief. Thought he fouled that one off. Either way, it's still 0-2 count. A little off-speed pitch had him out in front. Sims digging in. Here's Houston's pitch, 0-2. Taking for a ball. Thank Berger Construction, the Beck Center over at Pacelli. Great support. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And that's the first strikeout for Mr. Houston today.
Pacelli, number 13, Quentin Barber.
There's Quentin Barber, the center fielder for Pacelli. Fouls that one back. I think y'all got the puppy dog getting held up like the Lion King down there on the screen. That one taken for a strike 2. Couldn't see if that made it. Looked like she was holding it up for the camera, it looked like. 0-2 count. Fly ball, foul ball. As the kids go racing down the hill to get it. Count remains 0-2. Beautiful Easter weekend. What better place to be on Easter weekend than Calvary? Strike 3 looking is Cam Houston. 2nd strikeout in a row. He's getting in that rhythm. We talk about pitchers trying to find a rhythm, find a rhythm.
Ready for Pacelli, number 3, Braden Hagler.
It's easy to get in that rhythm when you're just pounding strikes. We've seen Brody Sims doing that through 4 for Pacelli, and now Cam Houston's getting to where he wants to be as he pumps another one in there. Braden Hagler, left fielder. Sack fly his last time up. Got him a ribby today. He digs in. Little looper to center field. Tommy Irvin gonna squeeze that one. And that's a quick 1-2-3. First one of the day for Calvary pitching as Cam Houston looking sharp. Like we mentioned, Behringer Construction. Appreciate all their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Beck Center. Derek Moxley Concrete Service. We appreciate everybody's support. We're going to stay with you through this break. We mentioned last week on that Georgia Alabama Sports Live show, that was just hours after Auburn been eliminated by Yale. So it was kind of fun to watch Thrift Behringer have to grind through a show and then get on the soapbox at the end about how big the NCAA tournament, and that so many teams and this, that, and the other on the effects that it has. But you have these teams that don't play any real conference games all year, then they come into a tournament and face a team like Auburn who won the SEC tournament, which is a grind. But I think the biggest thing is these one and done. I think that rule has affected college basketball so much, where teams like Kentucky can recruit great players that play 1 year, then they can dip out and go pro. Then you see these smaller schools can hold people 3-2 2, 3 years, 4 years even, and maybe add one transfer to just kind of put in and just put the team together completely. Kind of like we saw Oakland do when they knocked off Kentucky. They had a good base, went and got a 6-year senior in the transfer portal that nobody ever heard of. Next thing you know, they're knocking off the number 2 seed. Great tournament still going as Alabama Crimson Tide play for their first Final Four berth today, facing off with Clemson later on. So locally, we got that going. We got Georgia baseball up in Knoxville, top 5 Tennessee team hosting Georgia, who run-ruled them 14-2, I believe, last night. So great baseball going on, basketball in this area. Really thought Auburn was going to go a little bit further, as did Thrift Behringer, but however, not the case. Auburn eliminated in the first round, and here we go. And Levi Carroll going to lead us off. He's going to be hitting for Peyton Morrison. Carroll, big left-handed, digging in, keeping the hands low to himself. Levi Carroll. See if he stays in the game to play first base as he's digging in against Brody Sims, who's pitched a masterpiece today. That ball's called strike. We're in the bottom of the 5th. We do play 7 in high school ball. Carroll slightly open stance. As we mentioned, hands low and inside to himself. Another strike on the off-speed pitch away. Brody Sims up 1-2, and you're throwing a strike 2 off-speed pitch. You can come with anything right here. You can elevate a fastball, try to get the hitter to chase, or go outside a little more and try to get him to chase. As he goes outside, misses. But not a bad 1-2 pitch. Just try to get Carroll to chase it. Really can think along. That's what's so beautiful about this game. You can think along with the coaches and managers and